It's long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today.
Hey everyone, got quite a story for you today. Grab your cuppa, sit tight, and let's dig into what's going on in America after the shocking assassination of Charlie Kirk. If you like content like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel next to K. Did you know over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed? Subscribing is free and helps us create more great content. Hit subscribe now and join our community. It really helps me bring you more of this kind of thing. You might already know Charlie Kirk, conservative activist and founder of Turning Point USA, was speaking at a college campus event, his American comeback tour, at Utah Valley University when things went horribly wrong. He was addressing students, talking about, among other things, mass shootings and political debates, and then he was shot in the neck. He died later that day. Now, what's followed in the wake of this? Well, America's already polarized, right? But this has kind of thrown petrol on the fire. Emotions are raw, people are angry, shocked, calling for justice, and somewhere in between there's a debate about how much political rhetoric feeds into real violence. Let me walk you through the angles. First, the immediate reaction from the political right, especially Trump's circle. Donald Trump and others have pointed fingers at what they call the radical left, suggesting that years of demonizing conservative voices have made violence more likely. Trump publicly blamed rhetoric, comparing those who disagree politically with him or with Charlie Kirk to monsters, Nazis, even criminals. He said such language isn't harmless. He's demanded accountability, investigations, and not just for the shooter, but for people who he claims have fostered this climate. Some right-wing media figures have gone further, even calling this a form of war, or at least a turning point. We're at war, some have said. There are calls for retribution or for reckoning with the left if this is, as many believe, a politically motivated attack. The very fact that the motive is still unconfirmed hasn't stopped many from treating it as though it's taken sides. The Guardian 3. On the other hand, there are voices, Republicans and Democrats, urging calm. Some say that while threats and divisive language are bad, assuming guilt without evidence is dangerous too. Folks like Utah's Governor Spencer Cox appealed for unity. AP News 4. Some, even on the right, are worried that this kind of polarisation will lead to more violence, more distrust and more tragedy. The Daily Beast 5. Then there's the media angle, commentary shows, viral posts, social media outbursts. There's been criticism of the way people rush to blame without knowing all the facts. Also, the argument that when you demonise people or political opponents, calling them evil, calling them names, they start to be seen less as people and more as targets. Some opinion writers are saying this isn't just about Charlie Kirk, it's about a larger sickness in how political discourse operates, especially now, The Guardian's sick. Okay, a few questions for you while we think this through. To what extent do you think political rhetoric really leads to violence? Could someone be primed by hateful words? Or is that an oversimplification? Should political leaders be held responsible for what people say on their behalf, especially when their supporters interpret things more violently than might have been intended? And what role should the media and social media platforms play? Are they amplifying division or merely reflecting what's already there? There's also the concern, once things escalate this far, how do you bring people back? How do you heal not just a physical wound, but a moral or societal one? Because the evidence suggests that many people are already picking sides, not just in politics, but in how they think about safety, free speech, blame, justice. Let's pause here. If you're with me so far, drop a comment. What do you think should happen next? More regulation of political speech? More gun law reform? Something else? I'll keep going with more on what experts are saying, what the fallout might be, and what history tells us about moments like this. If you want me to, let me know and I'll continue.
Kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory. May God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Next UK, your go-to for real stories and sharp analysis.